I don't feel like it sounds like a conclusion that can run your life, but it only reflects the thoughts that you were thinking earlier. And those thoughts, they do not have to decide for you what you do next. Deliberate thought engineering is a guided pen and paper process to regain control of your thoughts so that you can shift to strategic, goal-directed thinking. Because you see, you cannot easily change how you feel, but you can actively change your thoughts that then shape your emotions, your actions, your habits, and thus your future. So grab a pen and paper, and one thing you know you need to do, but you currently don't feel like doing. And you can return to this practice whenever the thought, I don't feel like it, begins making decisions for you. So let's start together. So write the word status and underline it. Take a deep breath in. Hold it for a second or two. And breathe out slowly, slowly, slowly. So what is happening right now? What is now? Write a few sentences without filtering about what is going on for you right now. Because as you allow your mind to form the thoughts and guide your hand to write the words, you can allow yourself to slow down the stream of thoughts that otherwise just come and go as they will. But here, in this practice, in this process, you choose the path of your thoughts. And you allow the silence as you write to keep you focused. Because as you write about what is happening right now, do this now, please. So breathe in halfway and then hold it. Breathe in completely. And breathe out slowly, slightly sighing through your mouth. And again, breathe in halfway and hold it. Then breathe in completely. And breathe out slightly, sighing through your mouth. And now write the sentence, what do I want to achieve? ? And underline it. So let's just think here for a second. Where do you want to go? What did you set as a goal for today? Because as you think of your goal, you can allow yourself to realize that this is important for you. Because if you set it as a goal, it must be truly important for you, for something greater in you that you are striving towards. So what is it that you need to do today, right now? Just a sentence, a few words, and let the silence embrace you as you write what it is that you want to get done today. Write it now. Now, if you take the task that you just wrote, think just for a moment. What about it held you back before? Maybe, just maybe, it was not even the task itself, but just the thoughts you created around it. The thoughts that made you feel things. And then you previously did not do what you actually want to do. But now, yes, now you can think the thoughts you want to think, because your thoughts, they're the seeds that cascade down into feelings actions, habits, your future. So now let's write a string of questions together, where you, for this exercise, you will substitute when I say the task I want to do with what it is that you want to do today. And don't worry, you won't be answering the questions on paper here. We simply create these thoughts together on paper. So I'll first say the whole sentence, and then I'll cut it down so you can write with me together. The first sentence, the first question. What would it take for me to start doing the task I want to do right now? So for you, this might be creating a presentation or Excel sheet, or having the difficult conversation, or going to the gym, whatever you previously did not feel like doing. So now you write the question. What would it take? What would it take for me to start doing the task I want to do right now? What would it take for me to start doing the task I want to do right now? Next question. What would it take for me to feel good about myself when I do the task I want to do? What would it take for me? What would it take for me to feel good about myself when I do the task, the presentation, the talk, the work I want to do? So what would it take for me to feel good about myself when I do the task I want to do? Question mark. Next question. How will doing the task I want to do affect my overall goal in life? How will doing the task I want to do affect my overall goal and life? How will doing the task I want to do affect my overall goal and life? Next question. What would it take for me to achieve the goal I set for myself? What would it take for me to achieve the goal I set for myself? What would it take for me to achieve the goal I set for myself? Next question. How will I feel about myself tomorrow if I do this task right now? How will I feel about myself tomorrow if I do the task right now? How will I feel about myself tomorrow if I do this task right now? How will I feel about myself tomorrow if I do this task right now? And now look at the questions that you wrote. What other questions can you ask yourself that will help your thinking to be led in the direction you want it to go? Because you're here to take the one next step to achieve your goal. So now take a moment to write 2 or 3 more questions like the ones we just wrote. Now, take the task that you want to do and break it into ridiculously tiny steps. If your task is a PowerPoint presentation, then your steps might be go to laptop, open laptop, start laptop, click on PowerPoint icon, click Create New, write the title, maybe change the font, click New Slide, choose Layout. And you do this to chop up the task so you know exactly what to do and make it so easy a 5-year-old child could do it for you. So take a deep breath in, hold it, and breathe out slowly, slowly, slowly. And write these ridiculously tiny steps. And as the video ends, you naturally go and do the first 3 to 5 tiny steps and realize that it was so much easier than you previously anticipated as you start writing your tiny steps now.